Hey y'all, I'm Ali. Welcome to Little Hill Homestead. I have a kind of off-topic video today, but I thought I'm working on something and I thought I would bring you guys along. Shawn and I are getting packed. We have a couple days away from the homestead and I'm busy doing all the things that I need to do in order to leave for a couple days. We have somebody taking care of the homestead while we're gone, so I'm not like overkill crazy, but I was packing a bag, kind of a purse that I take on airplanes or for, trips. And I thought I'm going to bring you guys along, but also because I thought maybe you guys have some suggestions as well that you can add to my list of things that are helpful when you're either flying or, car trips and stuff like that. So I have a few things laid out here. You guys are in my bedroom. And I thought I would bring you along to go through some of the things that I pack for flights because nobody really likes flying. Am I right? Um, but the other thing is, I feel like I either take things I don't need or I forget stuff that I do need. So I kind of do best case, worst case scenario. Anyways, I thought I'd bring you along. This is not my everyday purse. I have a purse that I use specifically for things like this. It's larger than what I normally carry. It's very sturdy. It has strong handles, and I really, really fell in love with the color and stuff. Anyways, this is a Teddy Blake of New York. Boom. I will show you the logo. What I like about it is I can carry it with the handle here, but it also comes with like the kind that you can do as a wraparound. So for security purposes and safety, I feel like I like it wrapped on myself. It's something that I look for in all my purses anyways, and this one had that. But what I like about it is it's a fun color, so I won't screw up and think it's somebody else's. And the other thing I like about it, it has right here on the handle a snap that you can unhook to get it opened. A lot of purses don't have something like that. And so I feel like people can like reach their hand in your purse really easily. Anyways, what I like about it too is it has a lot of space. But because it's so sturdy, I can pack it full of stuff and it won't bust. It has one pouch kind of in the middle for like passports and things that are a little more secure. But man, this thing is all leather. I love it. Anyways, I thought I would bring you along and show you how I'm going to pack this purse. You ready? Purse is linked below if you're interested in it. So the first thing that I do is I convert all my stuff from my normal purse into a smaller clutch. This is just one that I've had for years. What I like about it is it has places for like your cards to go in it. It can fit a little bit of cash, but it slips right on your wrist. And so I use this like this trip, fun fact, we are going to a country concert. We're going to be flying to go see George Strait play. We've seen him before, and I love him to death. I think he's a very good looking man, with Chris Stapleton and Little Big Town. So kind of a big deal. We're super excited about it. But when I go to the concert, I don't want to carry a big purse. So I do something small that I can slip on my wrist really easily. And it also will fit right into my purse. So I move everything into this and it slides kind of just right in to your space. Couple really obvious things are headphones and a phone charger. Like if you're traveling, I always put these in my purses versus like a bag that I'm going to either, even if you're carrying on, there's a high probability it's going to get checked. Let's be real. So I do put these in my purse. Another thing that I take all the time is chapstick. It feels like as soon as you fly, you always need water and chapstick. You get super dehydrated, and a lot of people are really bad about making sure they're drinking while on planes. So if you don't want to take a reusable cup like this because it can spill, get a water bottle either at the airport or empty one at home that you can take with you, and make sure you're staying hydrated. A couple of things, gum and mints, you guys. When you are flying, the other thing I have over here are little toothpicks, because most likely on the other end, you're going to end up seeing possibly someone you love. So my grandma always told me when you fly, make sure that you don't wear sweatpants and that you dress up. Because when I was a kid, it wasn't like a normal thing for people to fly like it is more so now. So we were always required to dress up to get on planes, and often that meant a dress. I don't do that now, but I still do always make sure I'm not wearing sweatpants, that I look presentable on the other end. So that has nothing to do with dental hygiene, but those are a couple things I feel like definitely need to put in any purse. This is something else that I got. It's basically a giant sticker. It sticks on your phone, and you can slide a couple, like your ID or whatever, in. It seems like you always have your cell phone on you, but there's certain things you can't load in your phone, so this just sticks on the back of my phone. I got it off of Amazon for cheap, and I don't think you're supposed to take it off, but I switched cell phone cases, and there you guys go. Earphones. No, these aren't earphones. They're like the foamy ear plugs. They're like a must, especially if you're staying in a hotel on the other end. I don't sleep well if there's a lot of noise, and I have to have a constant noise going. So I actually have an app on my phone that runs like a white noise type of thing. You know what I mean? Or maybe you don't. If you don't, lucky you. Tylenol or any medications. I don't check these in my bag again because you never know if your bag is going to end up with you. So, you guys know that my family just came and visited. Well, when they landed in Atlanta, there was a major thunderstorm going over. And so they had to sit on the runway for, I believe it was close to 3 hours. Shawn and I were there circling the airport, like going, oh my gosh, it's like hail, lightning, the whole 9 yards. They were sitting on the tarmac, just chilling for 3 hours with a 6-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. So I think of things like that. So snacks, you guys. I always make sure that you have some kind of, like, I love dried fruits or things like raw almonds or dates, things that are gonna, like Shawn, if he doesn't eat, he gets really shaky. And so I always make sure I have like granola bars or things like that in my purse, because if you're on a tarmac for 3 hours, chances are you're gonna need a little something. So put them in your bag. Always can get those for really cheap. If you don't have stuff at home, you can throw in bags, usually at the airport, but you don't want to pay those prices, so do it beforehand. A Band-Aid. It seems so simple, but I used to always carry a safety pin too, but I've gotten stopped at security a couple times because of a safety pin. But I was with my friend. We were on a business trip, and we were running through the Baltimore airport because we were going to be missing a plane if we didn't run. And she broke a certain undergarment strap, you know what I mean? And I had a safety pin, and I was able to save her butt. But things like that, just, you never know what situation you're going to get in. So there you go. I don't carry Kleenex, like tissues. I always carry hankies. So, and I always make sure they're cute ones. So how cute is that? I mean, come on. I always keep it in my purse here. Shawn uses it, or I use it, and then we just launder them, and then we just put it back in my purse. So I do also always make sure you have that. Books, notepads, and pens. How often are you like on a plane and you're like, I need to write something down? For me, it's when I'm stuck. I don't have a way to use my phone. Maybe there's a movie on and I will chill and do that, but I'm stuck. It's a great time for me to write down video ideas. Last summer, Shawn and I were on a road trip for how many days? I think it's 4 days each way when we drove to California. And I kept that notepad in the door of the van. And man, I came up with so many great ideas. When your brain isn't like overwhelmed by real life of everything happening, it's a great time to come up with a few things. So in the bag it goes. Socks. My feet always get cold. And for some reason, I'm really bad about wearing flip-flops on planes. I don't know. I love flip-flops. So I try to do better and wear tennis shoes or something to keep my feet warm. But just in case, the other thing is, if you have any kind of blood flow issues, compression socks are a really good thing to wear on planes, just because when you're going up and down and stuff, it can really mess with you. So make sure compression socks are something you have. IDs or passports, you guys. This is like a no-brainer, but especially young kids, they don't always carry everything with them. And so how many times have you been in an airport and maybe your young teenage or young adult child doesn't have their ID with them? So great reminder, something so simple. I like to carry my makeup with me. Like I was saying, if I get to the other side and my bag didn't make it, I like to have a few things in my purse, which is why I carry a larger one, so that it can hold me over for a little bit if I have to. So things like, I wear contacts. Usually I will throw my contact case and a little bottle of contact solution in my purse, which is, I have a quart bag around here somewhere too, but I do carry my liquids in my quart bag, and that slips in here. The other thing is, and maybe I should show you guys how to make this because it was really easy. I took some fabric and I cut it into a giant circle. It's dirty, but don't judge. It's a giant circle of fabric, and I sewed, it has a liner, just some black fabric that I had. I sewed a channel around the hole outside and added drawstrings. And when I pull it shut, I hold my makeup, my contact stuff, anything that I have to be able to get ready. Even your toothbrush could fit in here, and it can fit right in there too. So simple, right? And then the last thing is I like to carry some kind of lightweight, either blanket or shawl or sweater, something like that, because one, planes are always cold. I don't know why they're always so cold. Two, planes are always cold. There it is. So I always carry, this is from Walmart. I'm hoping you can see it. In the, like, by the purses and stuff, they have these little one size fits all little shawl type things. And I love these because if I threw it on my lap or curl up with it like it's kind of like a blanket, it keeps you warm. But you could also throw it on like a light little sweater, and it's super neutral and it matches just about everything. What I like too is it folds up really small, and they have them in all kinds of different colors and stuff. It folds up really small and it can tuck right in my purse along with everything else that I have loaded in here. I don't want to forget my passport, so I'm leaving it to the side so when I actually pack and get ready to go, I'm good to go. But like for this purse, this little snaps, I'm trying to do it at an angle. There we go. Little snaps, and my purse is totally like ready to go, but like nobody can take anything out of it. Anyways, I wanted to see if you guys have any additional ideas of things that people should take when they are traveling in their carry-on purse or backpack or whatever it is you're using to travel. So hit me up in the comments below. Let me know. But like I said, my biggest thing is a really sturdy purse to be able to store all my crud. There you guys go. If you're interested in Teddy Blake, check them out below. There's all kinds of cool colors. That was my big thing, as I wanted a fun color. I almost went with green because I do everything in green, but I decided to go with blue. There you guys go. Anyways, if you have any comments, questions, anything like that, I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm going to try to do some little check-ins while we're on our little trip, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's like when I get away, I want to just be away. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'll tell you about it when we get back. Thanks for coming along. I'm going to go actually pack now, which means dig through my closet and figure out what I'm going to wear. Ooh, hold on. Let me show you what I did get, though. So when you go into a country concert, you have to wear something that goes with boots, right? Which I need to go clean because I'm pretty sure they have chicken poop on them, as always. But isn't this the cutest little dress? I thought it was so cute because it has a big slit up the front. So if you wear cowboy boots with it, you'll totally see it. But it also de-wrinkles when I pack it. It will de-wrinkle really easily. Anyways, Amazon. Love it. Okay, that is all, y'all. Thanks for coming along. Appreciate ya.